Hi guys. So this reading will be for the post full moon energy and pre Equinox energy. Today is basically the last day in the astrological calendar. Tomorrow, March 20th, Equinox is the start of the astrological new year. Starting off with Aries season. So today's the last day of Pisces season. We had that Virgo full moon yesterday. That was really meant to show us what needs to be released as this astrological new year closes out, basically. Literally, Spirit was probably putting it right in front of your face. What still needs to be closed out from this past astrological New Year's. Yeah, I just saw a huge prism as I was saying that, so that was definitely a yes. Them confirming what I was saying, but you probably saw it very obvious and in a lot of different ways, like manifesting in a lot of different ways in your life. What still needs to be closed out before the new year, before Aries season starts tomorrow. One of the analogies that came to mind was like, if you imagine your being as like a home, right, with little nooks and crannies and rooms and these things. If you had carpet, the Virgo full moon was like a deep clean of stuff that you may not have even known had been like accumulating there over years or whatever. It was just really, it was Virgo's like a very meticulous energy. They like order and organization, and it's a very grounded energy too, as it's earth energy as well. But yeah, it's the Hermit card in tarot, right? So yeah, there and because it was in Pisces season, there was this stuff being revealed to you, like internally, that needed to be dealt with before this astrological new year closes. And it has to do with conditioning. It has to do with outdated belief systems, things that are preventing you from moving forward in your life. So it was a really powerful full moon and necessary, although it was probably a little difficult for some people, myself included. So but it's good, right? It's good to deal with that stuff. That stuff needs to be dealt with. So when I was on a walk with my dog the other day, and like I usually feel the full moon energies a couple of days before, but this lemon branch had made its way through a fence, and it was one lemon, like right in front of me as I was walking, and I'm like, this is what's happening. It's like you're kind of being handed these lemons, like, right? And it's like, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? So it also has to do with manifestation of what you're wanting to manifest this coming astrological year that starts tomorrow. So yeah, an equinox, if you just look at that alone, it's like equal day and equal night for Earth, right? Or equal darkness and equal light. So when you think of that, it's really like a leveling, a balance. It was all of what just happened was just to maintain a balance. Okay. So you'll probably feel more balanced going into this now that has been dealt with, or you've been shown what needs to be dealt with, so that you kind of have a little bit of footing here going into the new astrological year. And Aries season is the Emperor card in tarot, so that typically has to do with father figures. So this is a very like masculine energy that we're going into starting tomorrow, but it also has to do with healthy boundaries and maintaining your healthy boundaries. So there may be some issues with like parents that have come up that you were shown, or like if you are a parent, some issues, you know, that you may have been shown, things may have been revealed in that regard, and where your boundaries lie in that as well. So that's just another little subtle energy. That's not the main focus. The main focus was what I was emphasizing before, but that is part of it, coming into Aries season as well. So that may be highlighted in different ways in your life. So good stuff to look at either way. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so as you guys will notice, like, my setup is kind of diminishing, so I'm doing like some packing and stuff, so I'm just gonna work with what I have, and you know, even one deck is enough. So luckily I still have a couple here, but I didn't even know when I was packing, I didn't even know which ones I was grabbing. I just kind of started packing, and I'm like, oh yeah, I still will need some, so these are the ones that were left. So I'm sure there's a reason for that. All right, so let's start with Wisdom of the Oracle. So basically my question is just, you know, or my intention for this reading is, what do we need to know with the post full moon energies that I just described, and going into equinox season, going into the astrological new year for the collective, for the individuals that we will be watching this video. Yeah, I think that I know that a lot of you guys are very, very powerful individuals. And thank you guys so much for all of your comments and support. I really love this channel, and I love interacting with you guys. So thank you so much. Just wanted to start out with that. So yeah, to the sea. This is almost like a very healing energy that's coming off of this right now. And when you think of water, you know, an oracle or tarot, it has to do with our emotions. And so, you know, post full moon, post Virgo full moon energy, which is the Hermit card, you may have felt a little bit alone. You may have felt like all like up in your feels a little bit, maybe a little bit isolated. But that was intentional for this like healing process. Okay. Yeah, because things are changing. It's right. It's like this stillness was needed before this, okay? Yeah, truth be told. So you were shown a lot of things, all right? Like, things were revealed to you. Yeah. You noticed, for sure. It was obvious, right? And that was purposeful. Like anything that you were missing or like unintentionally had your blinders on about, or anything like that, you were shown very clearly, okay, in Pisces season about what needed to still be healed, all right? Yeah, so this is a very prominent card. It was so that these things could be reflected on, all right? And you could have that time alone to process these things and really figure out, you know, how to process it, what to do, how to integrate it. All right, there was a lot of emphasis on this. There was probably a lot of mental energy too. There may have been some overthinking about this. So this time was really necessary to kind of sift through all of that and observe that. Let's get some Sacred Destiny Oracle here. I didn't even I'm just realizing which decks I packed. I packed my spirit animal, which I'm now realizing that how much I actually used that deck. Yeah, and so it's so you could figure out what actions to take next. It was like this stillness before this like change in the wind, so that you could know what actions needed to be taken next. You kind of integrated what you were shown, and as I was saying in the beginning, it's kind of helped you to get your footing going into this astrological new year with kind of a plan, right? I do see flow here. Yeah, it was this. You were shown things, right? I do see flow here too because of the to the sea. So there is still that flow energy. I don't feel like this is like forced action. I think it's like watching the flow too to decide what action needs to be taken within the flow. That's really important. Yeah, going forward. Could that be any more clear? Right? Oh, all this green reminds me, you guys. A lot of this had to do with the heart chakra too. That was the chakra that was highlighted with this energy, and it still is, but mostly with this past full movement, and so we're kind of coming out of it, right? But the heart chakra, there was a lot of like forgiveness, letting go, releasing that needed to be done, and this it comes from the heart chakra. All right. So that was emphasized. I meant to discuss that in the intro, but I forgot. But luckily this card reminded me for it. Yeah, and it did kind of require this like deep dive alone into those feels to get through that. And it was for wisdom, right? It's like look at the cards that we have here. Observed, right? Observer, thinker. So it's like seeing it, integrating it from like a mental standpoint, integrating it from the heart chakra standpoint, and then it turns into wisdom. All right. Okay, yeah, courage and flexibility. It was for this transformative process here, Scorpio type energy. All right. But also spring. This opening, this transformation. But these two fell off. So courage and flexibility. Yeah, this kind of goes with what I was saying about seeing the flow, right? And navigating within the flow. All right. So being flexible in that way, but still having this courage to overcome fears that may have been preventing you, because now this one is at the heart of the reading, right? And it is about the heart chakra and going forward. What did you need to release, forgive, let go to be able to move forward? That takes a lot of courage and flexibility. All right, this like observing of deep emotions, right? And witnessing things that may have been holding you back. It takes a lot of courage, you guys, to face that. Okay. And so what I'm seeing reflected here is that to some extent, we didn't really have a choice, like it was going to be shown to us, but it's what you do with that, right? It's like that lemon being handed to you through the fence. I know that's kind of an odd, it kind of reminds me of this card. It's kind of an odd metaphor, but that was how that manifested as a symbol to me for the messages for this reading, one of them. Okay. All right. So let's get a Starseed. I did keep this deck, so that's good. Yeah, lifting the veil. So again, I don't know how many times I can say this. You were shown things that you may have been in your peripheral, or you weren't like super conscious about yet. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, breath of the cosmos. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. Yeah. So again, like flow is important here. All right. Micromanaging. Sometimes Emperor energy or Aries energy can be a little bit like that. So that is a caution going into Aries season, going into the astrological new year about micromanaging. Be cautious with that. All right, the collective. We the Hathers, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Yeah, so it was this rebirth process of the heart chakra, okay, because that's what this card is under. And also the heart chakra is a portal to this forgiveness, letting go and releasing, and that is a transformative process, majorly, all right? Okay. Yeah, but also how I was talking about parenting stuff coming up, all right? So there is mother here listed there in the description. So earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, it's here too. Slow down, time in nature, yeah. So grounding, all right, reconnecting with nature, with Gaia will help with a lot of this. It'll be really supportive in regard to overcoming fears, being flexible in the flow, and being able to deal with these heavy emotions and this transformation of the heart chakra that's occurring now, currently, as we're speaking. Also what this is saying, you guys, is don't forget that Earth is going through a transformative process too. Gaia is as well. Just as we are, as within, so without. And also in the universe, Gaia's place in the universe. It's just like our cell in our body is undergoing this cellular transformation, and we are going through this transformation. So is Gaia as a cell within the universe as well. So remember that, okay? This is just a reflection of what is happening on a global scale and a universal scale. All right. Let's get some guidance. Okay. Yeah, protection and defensiveness. So there may have been a lot of this with this past full moon energy, okay? Because sometimes when you're shown things that, you know, maybe you weren't ready to look at or something, there can be a little bit of defensiveness. But also remember that divine redirection is spiritual protection, okay? So just remember that. Yeah, and arising from the ashes. So there were some things in your life that fell away to protect you. Yeah, trust in that. So this is under observer, all right? So you also saw maybe your definition of loyalty changed, all right? Or what that means to you, like what that definition even means to you. Or you may have been shown in some of your relationships in your life where this is and where it isn't, okay? Or maybe even with yourself. How loyal to you yourself are you, right? Do you trust your own intuition? Okay, do you trust your own judgment or decision-making process? To the sea, love strikes. Yeah, so a lot of this has to do about the heart chakra, okay? It may have been in your connection. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It certainly could be, but it doesn't have to be. Just this could be in any of the loving relationships, okay? Any loving relationship in your life, right? Because again, water, deep emotions. Also, what this is showing you is in the recent past is a lot of false love constructs. You've been able to see the false ones. You've been able to see the false love constructs from the past having to do with outdated beliefs or societal conditioning. This was in the recent past, okay? Step into your power. This is under deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal, and going forward. This is now, all right? All of this that happened with this past full moon energy, it was it was ultimately for this, all right? This is happening to an extent, whether you're aware of it or not, but it certainly helps to be aware of the energy so that you can harness it and use it. Use it. All right. And also what this is saying is that your heart chakra is freaking powerful. It's the key to transformation, the heart chakra. It's an absolute portal to ascension. Okay, that's also what this is saying. I'm a little bit in a time crunch today, so that's why I'm not clarifying with tarot, but that's okay. These messages are still amazing. Time to reset, courage, yeah. So, this is the equinox, all right? And this is what is supporting you, courage, all right? This is the reset, this is the astrological new year, and this is in the just upcoming energy, because this is now this heart chakra powerful portal, right? This is the key to ascension, right? Your heart chakra. This is like immediately upcoming energy, and it's this reset that is the new year. And there is the underlying sacral chakra here that has to do with courage, okay? But it's also about overcoming fear. All right, flexibility. Yeah, shedding the old you, absolutely. You guys are gonna see this, okay? You guys are gonna see this within yourself. You're gonna be like watching these layers, these false constructs fall away from you. And so try to be really flexible and go with the flow, not only like internally with yourself, like don't be harsh on yourself, right? I don't really like the way that this is worded, as you guys have probably heard me say in the past, shedding the old you. It's actually just releasing what's not actually you, all right? So be flexible with this process. If there's something that you're like, don't force. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't force that process, but be gentle with yourself too. There's gonna be a lot of changes. That's also what this is telling me. After Equinox, you guys are ready for it, right? Courage. But there's gonna be a lot of changes. So that's what see, unknown, mystery. There's gonna be a lot of changes. So some people really have difficulty with this, and there's even myself, there's times in my life where I have difficulty with this, okay? So I know it's the same for a lot of people. So if you notice that, try, if you notice yourself, catch it, right? And try to be more flexible and summon that courage. This equinox is going to be supporting that. So yeah, being okay with the unknown and letting go of certainties, right? Because if you're certain about something, it really it can be very limiting. So this is a gentle reminder. I know you guys know that already. So yeah, just a gentle reminder that this is going to be the part of the upcoming energy going into Equinox and Aries season, okay? All right, you guys. I think that's it. Normally I do little mantras, but I don't have them. So maybe come up with your own or one that you've been using lately and let me know in the comment section below if you feel like it. And yeah, we will check in again soon. Take care.